Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, my understanding is that Fimi released some new firmware for the X8 SE. What I hear is it's supposed to resolve the issues with the false gale winds warning. If you saw my last video I did with it out on the Snake River, we were getting a lot of gale winds warnings. And then it's supposed to help with gimbal calibration too. They got the gimbal pretty close on this thing, but it's still, you get occasionally a little bit of a tilted horizon, sometimes worse than others. So hopefully that's something that they resolved with that. So in any case, I am going to do the update here, and I'm going to take you guys along with me on the update and do a screen recording so you can see. And then I'm also going to, at the same time, I'm going to do the calibrations of the gimbal, the IMU, and heck, we'll do a compass calibration while we're at it. And then when I'm done with that, I'll take it out and I'll do some flying with it. And I couldn't get my words out there. I'm sorry guys, I'm old. Anyway, so we're going to take it out and do a test flight, and we'll see what happens with regard to the updates, and you know, let's see how it is. As you recall in that last video, I also got some warnings of a drone overload, you know, whatever that means. I had some commenters tell me that it was something to pay attention to, and it only was in sport mode and when I was at full throttle. So we'll try that out again too and see if we still get those just for the fun of it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get the update done here. Hey, okay everybody, as you can see, we're just booting up the app here. And yeah, it says we got a firmware download. Optimized function of gimbal calibration, flight control, optimized accuracy of gale detection, support upgrade camera module firmware by force USB boot mode, whatever that is. But we're going to go ahead and start download. So that was quick. And now the flight control gimbal successful. Download completed, it says. Yeah, that didn't take long. Enter device. So it gives us the message to update, so we're gonna update now. Clicking starting updating. Looks like it's going pretty quick here. Okay, so we're back in the app. So, as you know, we've had problems before by not rebooting the app, so or the drone after an update. So I'm going to reboot, and we're going to go through some calibrations here. So this will take just a second. Yeah, there it looks like we connected. Everything's blinking here. System is preparing. Looks like we're ready to go. We're inside the house. We've got 11 satellites. So let's take a look at what it says for as far as the says GPS normal, compass normal, IMU normal, battery normal, gimbal normal. Seems to me like there used to be more on there, but in any case, we are still going to go ahead and go through some updates here, or some we want to make sure that we get everything calibrated. So let's start with the IMU. It says just check, so I don't know if it's exactly a calibration, but we're going to check. Obviously the drone is stable, it's checking. Yeah, it says the IMU is normal, so let's do the compass now. I'm going to click calibrate. So it says start, and we will turn it clockwise here. And now it says heading downward, but the picture shows the camera facing up. So I don't know whether you face it up or down, or if it even matters, but the picture in my mind says the opposite of what the instructions do. Calibration succeeded in any case, so we'll set it down here, click OK, get out of there. So it looks like it needs to get some satellites again. Yeah, 10 satellites. That went away. So then we want to calibrate the gimbal. So let's go into the gimbal here. And gimbal calibration. Calibrate. Start. And so I can see by the screen it's moving that gimbal around. Drone vibration detected. It's sitting on a table very still, so there really was no vibration there to detect. It says calibration succeeded. Firmware is updated, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. So you can see the firmware. There's I'm not going to go through them all, but we'll page down here. We got flight control, RC relay, camera, vision. RC, FC relay, ESC, gimbal. And finally, ultrasonic battery and NFZ. So I don't remember what they were previously, so I don't know which one of those have changed, but some of you guys that are more up to date probably will. But just for the fun of it, I'm going to click update here and see what it says. Yeah, because that's not lit up, it doesn't do anything. So anyway, we're good to go there. So, you know, looks like we're good to go. Okay, guys, we'll shut the drone down now, and we'll go out into the field, and we'll do a little testing. We'll see if we can get that gale warning thing again. Supposedly they fixed that, and we'll take a look at the horizon on the camera, on the gimbal, and then just for the fun of it, we'll put it in sport mode, and we'll see if we can get that drone overloaded warning again. So in any case, we'll see you out in the field. We're out in the field now, and I just fired up the drone. So we did all of the calibrations at home before we left. So yeah, it's saying ready to go. So let's take a quick look at the what it says for with regard to status. GPS normal, compass normal, magnetic environment weak, IMU normal, battery normal, gimbal normal. So we should be ready to go here. I'm going to go ahead and start recording here before we take off. And I guess let me stop that for a second. Let's go in and look at our settings. So we shut it off. Settings, we are in automatic. We want white balance sunny. That's correct. There's a few clouds, but it's more sunny than cloudy, so that's what I wanted to check. Okay, we're starting video again here. Video is started. Gosh, looks like there's no reason not to take off. Let me tilt the camera down here a little. Let's go ahead and take off. We're going to do it on the button on the controller here. Okay, the drone went up pretty high there. Let's bring it down a little. There again, this is a real stable product. You know, we got some wind today, and you're seeing the drone. I mean, it's moving around a little bit, but boy, compared to the Hubsan that we're used to, this guy does pretty good. So what we want to do, you know, we had those gale force wind warnings with the drone the other day, and we got way more wind today than we had then, and we're not getting any of those warnings. So let's back up and do an up and away shot. There, we got some height there. We'll stop a little bit. There's a gentleman to to my left, to the right as you're looking at the screen, flying a kite, so we want to stay way out of his way. But anyway, let's go in and put it into sport mode. And you remember we had that the issue with it the other day, where in sport mode we had some drone overloaded warnings. So let's yaw around here a little bit. And it looks to me, yeah, we're up about 76 feet. We'll probably go up a little higher than that. And I'm going to head out towards the corner of the park here, and that takes us over that field you see off in the distance. Let's get some more altitude. Man, I'll tell you what, this is a powerful drone. I love the way this drone responds. It really goes. So we're going to go full stick forward here, and we're kind of going against the wind. And I still have it in imperial, so we're going to get everything in feet here, in miles per hour. I actually kind of prefer the metric system, having used it on the drones after a while. I mean, I never used the metric system much until I got this drone. So, you know, we're a good 1,100 feet away. We got a good control. The drone is making time. We're doing about 30 miles an hour and a little more than now. And mind you, it is, that was me yawing there. Sorry about that. That was not very smooth. Wow, so then the other thing we wanted to look at was the horizon. And you can see the horizon is really crooked here. So that's disappointing. That's really disappointing, as a matter of fact. That's a problem for this drone, and they really need to figure that out. In any case, let's go ahead and hit return to home, and let's see how it does. So we're out there, about 2,400 feet. Well, you know what? Instead of just doing a manual return to home, let's fly it back. So let's fly it with the wind, and see what we can get up to speed-wise. Man, I'm telling you what, look at that horizon. That is so disappointing. I'm really bummed about that. I was hoping that that's something that they got figured out. And I did a calibration right before I left the house. So speed-wise, look at this. We are up to almost 43 miles an hour. Man, this thing hauls the mail, man. It really goes. Look at how fast we're getting back here. That's really cool. Anyway, we're not getting any more of those overload messages, and it looks like the horizon is kind of straightened out a little bit flying here. So let's spin it around again, and let's go back out there. Let's try that again. Look at the horizon now has leveled off, and that's, of course, well, now as I turn, and that's what I've noticed on this drone. When you yaw it, the horizon gets off at an angle. So now look at it, corrected itself. As I let off with a yaw, it kind of corrected itself. It's still a little bit off, but just barely. Let's go back out into the field again, full stick forward. Oh yeah, so there we got, I think I saw that drone overloaded warning again. Yeah, so I'm going to ease off. I don't want to, yeah, we got that. So we still got that. And that is only when you're trying to go full throttle with this thing. And I have a feeling that we weren't, and boy, it's really going against the wind here, trying to get it to move. So I am off of full throttle, slowed it down just a little bit. I do not want to tempt fate with that warning on there. So we'll go back out over the field and look, and boy, I'll tell you, look at that horizon again. Gosh darn it. Yaw. Let's do a slow, well, let me go out a little further and we'll do a little bit of a yaw. I'm back at full throttle again because we're over the field. If something happened, it wouldn't be as bad, but boy, oh boy, look at that. Look at that horizon. So let's go the other way. And look, as soon as I let off, it slowly started to come back. And as we yaw around, it comes back a little bit. Let's yaw back that the other direction again. Just wanted to show you that I'm yawing very slowly now. And as you can see, there is a little bit of a rise, a natural rise in the land itself, in the way the horizon is, but it was way crooked earlier. So yeah, that's disappointing. Anyway, so let's come on back. In fact, let's do the. I'm going to go take it out of sport mode, and we're going to go into. We're going to do a return to home, and yeah, so it's right about at its return to home height. So that was perfect. We were already at that height. So let's see how fast it gets back here. One thing about this drone, and yeah, there again, you know, I'm looking at the horizon. It's just a little bit off, not too bad. But I am gratified in the way it flies straight. As you know, one of my biggest criticisms of the Xeno, and I've noticed it a little bit even on the Spark, that it crabs a little bit. In other words, it doesn't fly the camera straight. And you know, that's almost as disappointing as the crooked horizon. You want the camera to look the direction that you're flying the drone. So yeah, we're much higher than those guys with the kites, so you can see them in the picture there. I hope I can't really see it on FPV, but you should be able to see them. But we're at a much higher height than they are. Let's see if we can drop the gimbal down here slowly. I wish I was better with the controls here, guys, and smoother, like dropping this gimbal. Okay, we're full gimbal down. Let's see where it lands here. If it looks like it's going to hit the building or something here, I'll cancel return, and that is just very simple. You see that X next to auto return? You can cancel it pretty simply. And I hear it, and it looks like it's going to be out in the grass. We won't let it hit the grass. Yeah, we'll see here. Yeah. Let's see what it does here. I don't know, it's going to be close, but boy, we just got a really big wind come up. Boy, it's close. It's right on the edge, folks. Yeah, I'm going to cancel. So I canceled it just off the ground there. But it was pretty darn close. So to me, you know, they talk about precision landing. Under normal circumstances, that would be good enough. Well, we really got a wind. I know you're going to hear it on the microphone here, but let's bring the drone in, get a better look at it. Now this is something that you wouldn't dare do with the Xeno. Although I'm having to back it up. It keeps wanting to fly towards me. I mean, we really got a big gust of wind. The wind is blowing at the drone's back, and it was definitely pushing it towards me. But let's rock it back and forth here. You can look at how that gimbal operates, and so let's do a yaw here. And let me bring it a little bit back towards us here. And man, there's just so much wind here. It's pretty tough to expect the drone to stay still, but let's come down just a little and back up just a little. I'm not comfortable with it having it that close to us here. So we're gonna yaw here. I'm gonna go stick left, and you'll see the way that gimbal operates when you yaw. And see that you see the camera turn there a little bit. Yeah, and I had to move the drone forward. It was moving the drone towards the post here. Yeah, I'm telling you, this wind is crazy, man. It's really, you know, I'm not going to fault the drone any here. It's remarkably stable because we're getting all kinds of gusts going different directions. So anyway, so we looked at the horizon. We're not getting those gale force warnings. Let's back it up here. And shoot, we might as well. You know, let's take a look at. Let's get some more height. Maybe back it up some more. I'm always intrigued by the intelligent flight modes here. If I can get it to come up. The dronies with the rocket one is always interesting to me. So let's go rocket and control the gimbal camera to make sure the target is in the center of view, and so it'll go upward towards that. So yeah, so we're gonna center it here, and let's go move over here. So I'm roughly in the center of that. Let's hit OK, and so a rectangle around the target, it says. Yeah, it doesn't like that. We must have to come in. Yeah, it's not taking it. Looks like we have to come in closer, so let's bring it in. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, it just won't quite do it. So I'm going to bring it down a little. The thing is, I need to have the drone high enough. What we're going to try now is an orbit. Well, shoot, we are down to 30% battery. You know, I'm sorry that didn't work out, guys. Let's just bring it home here. So the drone is going up to its return to home
Please land
altitude.
ASAP to avoid damaging.
There again, we'll cancel it if it doesn't look like it's going to hit the mark here. I'm not really anxious to mow the grass, so. And it looks like it's going to be off here by fairly significantly. Yeah, I'm going to cancel. Bring the camera back up. Okay, we'll bring it in here, guys.
Low
And
battery.
there we go.
Please
That's
charge
a manual
ASAP.
landing, and I do like the way it shuts off video when it's done. Hey, okay, we took the Fimi X8 SE up in the air today, and after doing some updates, some firmware updates, we recalibrated everything, came out to the field here and did some testing. We wanted to look at the horizon, how well the drone was able to keep the horizon. We also wanted to look for that gale warning issue that came up the last time I flew it out at the Snake River. And then we were also looking for that drone overload issue. So unfortunately, there's still an issue with the horizon on this drone, and that, in my mind, that's its biggest problem. You know, the reason you're buying a product like this is because you want a good camera platform, stable camera platform that you can get some good videography with. And yeah, I suppose you could go in and you can adjust that horizon, but as you saw, sometimes it's okay, sometimes it isn't. So that's something that if you're going to take this, if this drone expects to be a contender in the videography market, they've got to get that figured out. The Xeno does better than this drone in that regard. So secondly, those gale warning things, whatever they were the last time, those are gone, so that's great. That's exactly what we wanted to see. But then when I put it in sport mode and we went out over the field, we did, however, get some of those drone overload warnings, and you know, that's a little disconcerting, because what you don't want to happen is you know, have a problem with the drone and you worry about something overloading and, you know, the potential that it falls out of the sky, which is, of course, I'm sure why they're giving you those warnings. The easy thing is you just stay off the stick. So what I'm going to say is, when you're in sport mode, full throttle for short periods. And honestly, I think that's okay. I don't see that as a big problem. This isn't a racing drone, so that's not its primary function. So I mean, I'm fine with that. I don't see that as a big deal. The other issue we had is when we got it back here, and I'm going to edit out a bunch of that because I spent a bunch of time trying to get it to do a rocket dronie, and I couldn't. I tried selecting myself as the subject, and I never was able to get that to work, and I have in the past. So I don't know what was going on there, and maybe did I miss a warning or something on the screen, or a notification on the screen? I could be. I didn't. If it was, I didn't see it. But we'll look at that, you know, as we put them up when we get home. But you know, those of you out there that fly this drone, if you know what I was doing wrong there, please let me know in the comments. But that's about it. You know, there again, the Fimi X8 SE. It's a drone with a lot of promise, and you know, I can cautiously recommend it, is what I'll say. For the price, it's phenomenal. If you're not worried about a little bit of a tilted horizon once in a while, or you can, you know, you can correct that in post-production, but you know, that's not something you have to deal with on, say, the Parrot Anafi or even the little Hubsan Zeno. So, and for sure not any of the Mavics. But in any case, this is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out, and if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel and consider hitting that bell notification so you know when a new video comes out. And hey, most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and you know what, we'll see you on the next one.